What's up guys, I Lady Simtex here, and today I'm finally deciding to take you guys through all the new content in Battlefield Hardline's Robbery DLC that's upcoming for September. Now this specific expansion has actually hauled a myriad of new weapons and gadgets, but admittedly not all of them are completely new to the Battlefield scene. Considering this content pack is actually called Robbery, you would think some form of new heists and getaways would be added to the game. And we have exactly that. So first let's talk about the new Hardline game mode, Squad Heist. Now the new game mode coming in Robbery, Squad Heist, feels pretty refreshing and familiar, so it built a homage to the beloved Squad Rush in Battlefield 4, as well as spinning off Hardline's original game mode Heist. This mode combines the combat of Battlefield with the intimate fantasy of a classic heist. Now the mode has three distinct stages. Now the first stage is for the criminals to take a drill, break into the first vault and grab the loot from the vault. So next the criminals have to take the drill, break into vault 2 and grab the loot from the vault. Then criminals have to run to an escape location to call in a helicopter and get to the loot safely. Now of course if you are on the cop faction, you can actually shoot the helicopter via grenade launchers at it, and it will have to go to a different pickup location, hence making the heists longer. So obviously this will all be themed to the map, so you might actually have to take a glass cutter drill to steal the blue diamond loot from the display case, and at each stage the criminals get 25 deploy tickets, but the basic idea does stay the same. So if these tickets are all lost, the cops do win the match. Now visual games are always reminiscent of how Squad Heist was a blast to develop on social media, and they do think it goes well with the new gadgets, weapons and maps in Battlefield Hardline's Robbery, so hopefully it actually is. And hopefully we do all agree on the battlefield. Now this new DLC for Battlefield Hardline's Robbery does put heists in front and center, and adds quite an impressive arsenal of neat new weapons. So when you load up the expansion pack, you're going to have a slew of toys to play with, including weapons, gadgets and vehicles. So some weapons are all new, while some are of course borrowed from Battlefield 4, whilst others were actually just previously available only as upgrades. So moreover, players will actually also be able to enjoy throwing knives, which should be quite a thrilling option. It does remain to be seen exactly which weapons will come as DLC exclusive. So while the story of the Criminal Activity DLC focused on small-time crime jobs, this expansion is all about the big score. So the weapons and gadgets included are great for all the maps and modes, but even better for the new Squad Heist game mode. And there are some new tools for the operator class, making it easier to support your team with suppression and heals. So first off we have the F2000. Now this is a very popular weapon from Battlefield 4 that is now returning to Hardline. It did have a very good fire rate and a good damage model, and now it makes a highly awaited return. So the new assault rifle with a sci-fi look is showing up for the criminals operator class. It's a bullpup rifle, which is great at medium range and will be a favourite addition to any criminal's arsenal. It fires a classic NATO round that is 5.56 by 45mm, which provides great accuracy, as well as also providing a great damage model. Now this rifle is great for all the criminals that are trying to escape with their loot. It's a very powerful weapon that the cops will not be able to handle definitely. They can get their loot and send those pesky cops running. Next up we have the MDC, which is a cutting edge assault rifle that just landed in the arsenal of the cops operator class. It's a new bullpup rifle again that can lay down the law and send the criminals flying. This rifle fires a 7.62 by 39mm round that will stop any criminal in their tracks, but has a substantial amount of recoil. The stopping power, however, makes it up for it. Next up we have the RPK, which is from Battlefield 4, and this classic assault rifle for the criminal operator class fires a 7.62 by 39mm cartridge that gives it quite a lot of recoil, so the rate of fire has been slowed. However, this bad boy has a 50 round drum magazine which provides quite a sizable amount of lead the criminals can put down range. Other weapons were listed for the expansion, but unfortunately weren't actually fully detailed. So we have the French rifle, the FAMAS, which is a pretty high fire rate and decent damage model assault rifle, an FM57 pistol or handgun if you like, a CZ3A1 PDW, otherwise known as a Scorpion, which was also in Battlefield 4. Next up we do have the Barrett M82, which is a new 50 cal sniper rifle for the professional class, as you could probably imagine. A new Saiga 12 shotgun, which was otherwise known as a Saiga 12K in Battlefield 4, an M1 carbine, an MP7 personal defense weapon, and a throwing knife. So yes, a throwing knife. So let's talk about that actually, because it sounds a bit weird, but it actually seems to be a decent trade-off. This deadly projectile uses the grenade slot on the user's kit, but as I said, it's a good trade-off. The throwing knife can quickly eliminate an enemy quickly and quietly. It's quite a balanced blade that has some limited range, but has deadly results up close. It's a one-hit kill no matter where it lands, so trying to sneak up on your enemy and getting close to your target before letting it fly is a very good idea. Now, as I said, it's pretty unclear for now when these new options will be available, but the upcoming Robbery DLC is shaping up to have a September release, early for premium members, and it's going to be quite promising, especially with this focus on heists and weapons. So now we have some more gadgets and vehicles to go through. So the CS gas launcher is for cop and criminal operators and has the ability to launch CS gas, a projectile. It does sound pretty overpowered, seeming like there's already gas grenades in the game. And it does have the same effect as a gas grenade, but can be fired with the launcher, which is shooting the gas further, and it takes up a gadget slot instead of a grenade slot, meaning that you can actually put gas grenades as well as the launcher, which is why I think it's kind of overpowered. Its primary use is to suppress an area full of enemies that causes double damage to them and blurred vision to anyone not wearing a gas mask or in a vehicle that can perhaps prevent the effect. So it seems pretty OP that one gas grenade as well as a grenade launcher can actually do so much damage to infantry in this game. But hey, I suppose we'll have to wait to see what that does. So next we have the two new vehicles for this expansion. We have the faction pickup truck, which is for cops or criminals only, hence faction. So this pickup truck in the Robbery DLC will give you the horsepower to do just that, get away from any bad scenes, as you would imagine. Each faction gets its own, from the rough and tumble criminal model to the more traditional cop version with the flashing lights you'd expect from a police car. The faction pickup trucks have plenty of room for you and your buddies. Now we have this scout helicopter, which is basically the transport heli from Battlefield 4, which makes getting from point A to point Bravo even more convenient, especially if point B is at the top of the building. The scout heli doesn't have any guns, but the doors are more than large enough to let your buddies hang outside with their own weapons and rain down hell from above. Now, the 4 new interesting maps, including a port, a museum, and the snowy plains, are being added to the game. So the docks, Precinct 7, the museum, and Breakpoint are the names. Now, before we get into the cinematic trailer walkthrough and breakdown of the map, let's talk about a new feature called Legendary Status. So the Legendary Super feature gives you the opportunity to become one of the truly elite Battlefield Hardline players. Show off how badass you are and how committed you are to the game. Only those willing to put in the effort will receive the rewards of becoming legendary. So you must be a premium member when the DLC releases to access this so-called super feature. So on becoming legendary, you unfortunately have to reset progress on all of your unlocks, including cynical weapons such as the FMG9 and the 300 knockout, all weapons, gadgets and attachments, even those from battle packs, but some vanity items remain untouched, such as emblems, patches, camos, unopened battle packs, and weapons received from pre-order bonuses such as the ACWR and shortcut kits. In return, you will get a way to show off your epic status on the kill card, as well as a scoreboard that displays during the match or at the end of the round. So in interest of fair play, not everyone is able to commit to the same amount of play time. Legendary benefits are most cosmetic, but there's no better way to show that you're a Battlefield Hardline expert. There are 15 whole levels of legendary, so it seems a bit like Prestige, but hey, let's just wait till the full DLC comes out and see what this is really like. So now let's finally get into the gameplay that I promised you guys for Docs. For the overview, the cinematic look through of the whole map. It doesn't actually have any in-game footage, but if you do want that, remember to subscribe to this channel for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Here is the footage.